He has a personality that's so great, he wins your heart over.
He's a humble kid. He's been humble since he's been a little kid. He's the type of kid that any NFL team should want.
He's a very intelligent young man. He's enthusiastic, and he's smart.
When he walks in a room, he just lights the room up. You know, he's like this big human being, 6'5", 330. You know, and he just got this smile. You know, this very big smile. He's just always happy.
With a college career of 94 tackles, 3.5 sacks, 14.5 tackles for loss, 2 fumble recoveries, and 1 pass defended, in 2014, Carl Davis is named one of the top 3 defensive tackles in the nation by NFL writer Mike Huguin. And a year later, at the age of 23, he signs a $2.9 million 4-year contract with the Baltimore Ravens. His story began on March 2, 1992 in Detroit, Michigan. He earned the nickname Q for coming into the world after a very fast labor.
His mother was on the way to the hospital, her father, you know, and she was going in. It's time for him to be born, and they didn't make it to the hospital. So she started calling him Quick. He came quick.
Son to Minister Ovella and semi-pro basketball player Carl Davis Sr., and brother to Carla and Kaylin Davis, Carl was ambitious, optimistic, and always surrounded by his school friends.
Q was always just the biggest of all of them. And, you know, just wanted to have fun, wanted to have a good time, was very serious about athletics. Didn't matter what it was, he was serious about it and very diligent.
As a teenager, Davis stood out because of his height and athleticism, traits that led him to first try out basketball, playing day and night in his backyard with friends and with organized AAU teams. Davis dreamt of one day becoming NBA's first 300-pound point center.
I feel like I was the inventor of the point center. That's, you know, in basketball, when I played basketball, I was a point center. You know, I played a point guard and center position.
He was first introduced to football by his godfather and mentor, Hall of Famer coach Bob Dozier.
I met Carl when he was 12 years old. It happened to be a day that the Pittsburgh Steelers were playing the Detroit Lions, and I coached Jerome Bettis in high school. So I got a couple of tickets and took Carl Q to the game with me. And he was just amazed. I took him down and introduced him to Jerome Bettis, and Jerome Bettis gave him a few words of you know, hey, let's get better. You know, you can be where I am.
Dozier inspired Davis to pursue a career in sports and gave him an anchor in the absence of his father figure.
My godfather's been kind of that father figure for me, you know, and just kind of being somebody that I can lean on to talk to. You know, him always, you know, I could talk to him about anything, no matter what it is, no matter how awkward it may be or not, he's understanding what it takes to, you know, build up a young man.
But it wasn't until high school that Davis tried football.
I didn't know that he was meant to be a football player until he got to his high school years. Other people, especially men, would recognize his size and his strength. I just saw my son.
Davis started as a freshman, playing on the offensive line at Annapolis High School, a position that he didn't enjoy too much. But he continued in this position when his family moved to Hazel Park as a sophomore. In 2013, Carl moves to Sterling Heights, Stevenson.
When we went to Stevenson High School for our first interview to get him enrolled, the coaches were all looking at him. He was in the 10th grade, about 6'3", 6'4" then, and they just all looked at him and said, wow. And so that's when I really saw the value of his size and stature.
Carl felt he was better suited to play defense, and he asked Rick Bye, the team coach, to play him in this new role. After a few days of practice, he proved himself to the coaching staff, and his request was granted.
He got off the blocks, he got to the ball, and the coaches started waking up and saying, wow, this big guy can play. He's physical, he's tough, he gets to the ball, he runs like a deer, and he's strong.
What followed was a grueling new program with diets, weight training, and conditioning. He spent hours in the video room studying, pausing, fast-forwarding, and rewinding to help understand the plays. He improved quickly and learned fast, becoming a strong defensive tackle, leading his high school team to a 13-1 record and a state final.
It's extremely exciting. It's almost like it's surreal. It's destiny. It's like he did the work. No one just gave this to him, he did the work, and we were all diligent as a family to do whatever we needed to do to make sure that he was doing what he was supposed to do in school and make sure that he had what he needed so he could get to this point.
Recruiting letters started coming in from major colleges in the Midwest, but one in particular caught his attention. It had the Big Ten Iowa seal on the cover. He redshirted as a true freshman at the University of Iowa, and in 2011, he only played 6 games with 2 tackles due to knee injuries. With the help and support of a friend, Green Bay Packers defensive lineman Mike Daniels, things started to fall into place.
Mike, he was just a tough, hard-nosed guy, a guy that I look up to. I mean, he mentored me, helped me, to understand the Iowa defense and, the Iowa way. It's a guy that I still talk to today. He still helps me through everything.
By 2013, Davis received a second-team All-Big Ten honor after starting all 13 games under Iowa coach Kirk Ferentz and seeing the season end with 42 tackles and 1.5 sacks. In Davis's senior season, he played as starter for the second consecutive year. With a positive attitude and an ability to motivate his teammates, great stats, and improved game, Davis was invited to take part in the 2015 Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama.
Oh, Carl Davis. That was pretty from Iowa.
Carl Davis is a guy that's kind of under the radar. He's 6'5", 315 with some natural movement skills.
Great kid at the family reunion.
Tell you what, when you watch him too, Mike, he's so strong at the point of attack, but they don't really let him play up the field, so this is a good opportunity to see him.
After 3 days of intense practice in front of the best scouts in the NFL, the 6'5", 321-pound is voted as the most outstanding player in practice. This came just 95 days before the big 2015 draft. All the scouts and teams were watching Davis. On May 11, 2015, Carl Davis lined up with the best seniors in college football for a chance to continue his career in the NFL.
Tonight means a chance to fulfill a lifelong goal. Okay, that's to play in the pros. I mean, every kid dreams about playing in the pros, whether it's basketball, football, or baseball. But he's worked so hard. He's done all the right things. He's worked, So today is a chance for him to realize a goal, to be drafted, to say, I'm here now. I can play with the big guys. I can play in the NFL.
Good, Coach. How you doing? Thank you. I am. I'm really excited right now. All right.
90th pick in the 2015 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Carl Davis, defensive tackle, Iowa.
I'm a Raven.
The Ravens got a good deal with him. And he's going to be a hell of a player. I know him.
We didn't have a boy, we didn't have a girl, we had a Raven.
Man, I'm excited right now, man. Got the opportunity to lace up the pads again. And they're all black for the Baltimore Ravens. A great defensive team. Keep that tradition up.
Davis became the 57th Iowa player drafted by an NFL team during the Kirk Ferentz era. The last time Iowa had a defensive lineman selected in the NFL draft was in 2012, when the Green Bay Packers picked Mike Daniels in the 4th round. The last time Iowa had a defensive lineman picked this high was in 2011, when Adrian Claiborne was a first-round selection of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Davis began his first NFL season with the Baltimore Ravens. As a great team player and a promising athlete, he played in his first professional game against the Broncos in the season opener and recorded his first start against Cincinnati, recording 3 tackles, 2 solo, and 2 passes defended overall. And his story continues.